Today we're taking a look at 25 plus new features and changes coming with iOS 26. This includes new features as well as some bugs I encountered during my time beta testing the software. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment down below your favorite feature, and as we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future. There's a funny clip at the end of the video to a little issue I ran into while testing iPadOS 26, so stick to the end to see that, and let's get into the video. So here's a quick look at some of the new features coming in iOS 26. We've got a brand new liquid glass design. We've got visual intelligence with screenshots, so you can ask ChatGPT or search using Google for any screenshot you take on your device. We've got live translation in text messages for people that don't speak your native language. We've got call screening coming to iOS 26. Down here we can get a look at the new clear glass icon setting. Here we can take a look at the new tab view at the bottom. Photos app has been brought back similar to what it was back in iOS 17. We can now mix emojis and written descriptions to create AI generated images. We've got screen new senders, approve unknown numbers with new screening tools that detect spam and give you control over who appears in your conversations and messages and your recent calls in phone and FaceTime. We've got this really cool one called Hold Assist, where your phone will detect the hold music when you're on hold with customer service and silence the call, and you can continue to use the phone like normal, like you're not even on a call until the person on the other line comes back. Hold Assist is going to be a big one. We've also got backgrounds in iMessage. We've got AutoMix and lyrics translation in Apple Music. AutoMix is basically a virtual DJ that will mix and blend from song to song. We've got digital ID in Wallet using your passport. We've got the brand new Games app. We've got new audio recording features. Capture high quality audio during video conference calls and record in high definition in camera with AirPods and AirPods Pro with the H2 chip. We've got AirPods camera remote. Start recording video with camera by pressing and holding on AirPods or AirPods Pro with the H2 chip. And here is the list of compatible devices with iOS 26. Basically from the iPhone 16 series all the way back to the iPhone 11 series, but also including the iPhone SE 2nd gen. So that means that the iPhone XS, XS Max, and iPhone XR have now lost official iOS support. This was a quick look at iOS 26. I'll see you guys later. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in iOS 26. And with iOS 26, Apple has upgraded one of our favorite features. If we go down into settings, into accessibility, we go down to music haptics, we turn on music haptics. We have new settings here that were not here before. We can customize, we can either have music haptics vibrate to the full mix or vocals only now, and we can change the intensity of the vibrations, either light, medium, or strong. If we go into Apple Music and we begin playing a song, the phone is indeed vibrating to the beat of the music. This was my biggest video last year, so I would really appreciate it if you guys could like the video, comment down below, and make this video go viral. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's check out the new camera app in iOS 26. So here we are, we have our viewfinder as before. We have our zoom options just as before. We've got our photo and video, of course, but if we slide across the bottom, we have the rest of our modes. They're kind of like hidden away, but not really. So in photo here, if we tap on the upper left hand corner, we have our photo options here. We can either do HEIC or RAW for format and 24 or 48 megapixels for resolution. If we go over to video, we tap in the upper left, we get all our video options. We can either do HEVC, ProRes Log, or ProRes HDR. We can also switch between HD and 4K, and we can also adjust the frame rate from right here. Now, if we slide up, we've got options for flash, exposure, and action mode. Now, if we go into photo and we do the same thing, we swipe up, we've got flash, live photo, timer, exposure, styles, filter, and aspect ratio. This is the brand new camera app in iOS 26. there are some new battery settings in iOS 26 you guys need to know about. So if we go into battery settings, you'll see our percentage is now listed at the top. It says last charged to 100% 18 minutes ago. We have our battery usage down here as before, but now we have our battery health section, which is identical to before. Shows you your maximum capacity and your cycle count, as well as manufacture date and first use. Charging is the same. We have our charge limiter, optimized battery charging, and clean energy charging. Now, when we go down to power mode, we have a new adaptive power setting that says when your battery usage is higher than usual, iPhone can make small adjustments to extend your battery life, including slightly dimming the display or allowing some activities to take a little longer. Low power mode may turn on at 20%. So it is basically a smarter low power mode. Pretty cool new feature in iOS 26. Alright, here's a look at Safari in iOS 26. As you'll see, the web page now takes up the entire display, and when I scroll up there, the address bar basically almost completely goes away, and we get to really take advantage of the full screen of our iPhone. Now if we scroll down, you'll see the address bar gets smaller, and when we scroll up, it comes back. If we want to go, let's say, to Google, same thing here, takes up the full screen. We have our back button on the far left, and we have our 3-dot menu here where we can share the web page, bookmark it, show all tabs. We can do new tab, new private tab, add bookmark, or add to bookmarks folder. This is the brand new Safari in iOS 26. With the release of iOS 26 comes the brand new game app. Continue on this. Alright, and here we can see what I've been recently playing. We can see top played games. We can browse by categories. Here's the Apple Arcade section, and as you'll see, we can go between these different categories. We can go to our library. You can download all your games that you purchased on your Apple account from right within the brand new games app. It's basically a blend between the App Store, Game Center, and Apple Arcade. So pretty cool. This was your first look at the brand new games app in iOS 26. With iOS 26 and sound and haptics settings, there is a new microphone section where if you connect a Type-C microphone or any other kind of wireless mic, you can now select your default microphone, which will be used for everything across the iPhone right here in this menu. As you see right now, we only have the iPhone microphone because there is no other thing connected to the iPhone. But once you do connect your external mic, it will appear in this list, and this goes across the system for everything you do. This is the brand new microphone section in settings in iOS 26. With the release of iOS 26, in sound and haptic settings, we have a new section called late night mode. When you enable this, it changes the way your speaker sounds, so it's more optimized for nighttime use. Alright, so here we have my AirPods Pro 2 USB-C. During my testing of iOS 26, I found this little Easter egg. If you'll see here, it says beta software available. Turn on pre-release beta updates to test new AirPods features in iOS 19.0. This is the only reference to iOS 19 I've seen across iOS 26 so far. Just a little funny Easter egg I thought you guys would enjoy. I'll see you guys later. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick look at the new clear icons in iOS 26. So tap and hold anywhere on your home screen, tap edit, tap customize. Now we will see a new clear option. Check this out. All the icons are now clear. Look at this. Pretty cool. Even the widgets are now clear. This is clear icons in iOS 26. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new spatial scenes feature in iOS 26. So if we go to any photo, you'll see this new spatial scenes button right here. If we tap that, our phone's going to analyze the image and give us a spatial scene. As you see, we now have a 3D effect to the photo when we tilt the device. I'm going to show you another example that's better. So here we have a picture of my dog. If we tap the spatial scene button, check this out. Look, as we turn the phone, my dog basically pops out of the display. Pretty cool feature. If we take our spatial scene and we set it as a wallpaper, check this out. Look at that. On the wallpaper, as we move the device, we get a 3D effect on screen. This is the brand new spatial scenes feature in iOS 26. Pretty cool. Check it out. We're going to be taking a look at the brand new AutoMix feature for Apple Music in iOS 26. So for this, we're going to go to settings. We're going to go to apps at the bottom. We're going to go down to music. Once you tap music, you'll see a new section called song transitions. And now you'll either have crossfade as we had before, or now we have the brand new AutoMix. AutoMix will seamlessly transition from one song to the next if the songs have a similar tempo or BPM. As you see, we have Up From The Bottom by Linkin Park playing right now. But if we go and we find another song, such as Castle of Glass by Linkin Park, and we add that to the queue by hitting play next. Now, if we skip to near the end of the first song, you'll get an AutoMix pop up, and it will seamlessly transition to Castle of Glass. See that mixing? And see how it skipped 17 seconds of the next song? This is the brand new AutoMix feature in Apple Music on iOS 26. Brand new in iOS 26, we now have iMessage backgrounds. As you see, we can either have none, we could select a photo, a color, we can generate a background using Image Playground, or we have these ones, these animated ones that Apple has provided for us. So as of right now, this is my current favorite one. And as you see, you can swipe through them. And once you find one you like, tap the check mark and boom, look at this. This is backgrounds in iMessage on iOS 26. With iMessage in iOS 26, if we tap the little plus button, we now have the option to do polls in iMessage. So here's our poll. What do you prefer, iOS or Android? Now we can fire that off. Obviously we're gonna go with iOS. But yes, this is the brand new polls in iMessage with iOS 26. So brand new in iMessage with iOS 26, we have live translation in messages, FaceTime, and phone calls. For this video, I'm gonna show you it in messages. What you need to do is you need to enable automatic translation in here. So you'll see a toggle for automatically translate, and here's where you can download all the languages that it can translate into. For this, we're gonna choose Spanish. Now, let me fire off that message and we'll be right back. I sent a message that says hola, and it automatically translated hello in Spanish into hello in English. This is live translation in iMessage in iOS 26, but also remember it is also available in FaceTime and on regular phone calls. With iPadOS 26, the iPad finally gets the menu bar from the Mac. Crazy, I know. But as you see, we have everything that we have on the Mac. We have the app listed here: File, Edit, View, Go, Window, and Help. Let's say we go to File, New Folder. We can name this folder whatever we want, and boom, new folder. Now let's say Window. We got Move and Resize. Let's move this to top. Ladies and gentlemen, the menu bar has officially made it to iPad in iPadOS 26. With the release of iPadOS 26, along with the menu bar, the iPad now gets the traffic light window management buttons right here. Red to close, yellow to minimize, green to go full screen. And if we press on them, we can have our options here for how we want to arrange our windows. This is the traffic light window management system straight from the Mac on iPad with iPadOS 26. Crazy time to be alive. I never thought you would see this on the iPad ever. If you guys can't tell, iPadOS 26 Beta 1 is a little broken. As you see, my dock just turned pink, and there's periods where the screen will start flashing pink. So my advice is do not install the developer beta, at least until it's a couple betas in. If I was you, I would wait for the public beta, or even better, the final public release. because right now there's so many bugs. You don't want to put this on your main personal everyday device. Please don't do it. My dock is literally pink right now. Here's your first look at the new window management tools in iPadOS 26. As you see, we have a window and we can drag it around by clicking or tapping on the top. Now we can add in whatever app we want. So let's say we want files. Let's say we want Safari. And let's say we want the App Store. Now we've got 4 windows open. Now on any of the apps, we're gonna press on the green button, go to Fill and Arrange, and select the 4 squares. Boom, there we go. We now have 4 apps open at the same time on our iPad with iPadOS 26. It took a really long time to get these features, guys. So enjoy them, because the iPad is more like a Mac than ever before. I'll see you guys later. So you know how since the beginning of iPad, we've had the ability to download iPhone apps, but it would open in a very small little square in the center of the screen, and you had the little 2x button in the bottom corner to blow it up a little bit, but it always looked horrible. Well, with iPadOS 26, they've finally fixed this problem. Let's say we want the Roborock app, which is an iPhone app only. It now opens an iPhone-sized screen on your iPad that you can drag around. No longer does it take up the whole screen with the black borders, and no longer does it have the stupid 2x button in the bottom corner. The iPhone apps that have not been optimized for iPad now just open in an iPhone-sized window. Let's open another non-optimized iPhone app on this iPad, and let's see, City has not yet made an iPad app, but now we have the City mobile app and we have the Roborock iPhone app open on an iPad Pro running iPadOS 26. Great change here for iPad. See you guys later. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, yet again, iPadOS 26 Beta 1 is broken. As you see, the icons on the dock are fully rendered in, but if we go to the icons on the home screen, look at this. They are not even fully rendered in. You see the text is blurry and the icons are all pixelated. Look at this right here. You see that? iPadOS 26 is broken yet again. iPadOS 26 is broken yet again. All I was doing was trying to edit this video in Final Cut, so I wanted to, get out of full screen, drag in my Photos app so I can bring over the videos, and look at this. Literally, my entire display is purple. Yet another reason not to install iPadOS 26. This is so broken right now. Do not install this under any circumstances on your personal device. With the release of iOS 26 Developer Beta 2, we now have a brand new default ringtone. So if we go to settings, we go to sound and haptics, we tap ringtone, we tap reflection, we now have a new Alt 1 ringtone, an alternative version of reflection. So let's take a listen. This is the new default ringtone for iOS 26. With the release of iPadOS 26, we now have clear icons on iPad. If we long press, we tap edit, we go to customize. Let's take a look at the new clear icons. Look at how good this looks. This is the dark version. And if we long press again, we can see the light version of the clear icons. In my opinion, the dark looks better. Or you could do automatic based on time of day. So it'll be light during the day and dark mode at night. But for me personally, I prefer this dark look here. Let's take a look at the native icons. Check out these clear, dark icons. I'll see you guys later. So you know how forever when you open your AirPods, you get the little card pop-up UI? Well, that has now been updated in iOS 26 and iPadOS 26. If we open our AirPods here, we get an updated pop-up with circle icons to represent the battery instead of the old battery icons. This is the updated AirPods UI in iOS 26 and iPadOS 26. Alright, we're going to take a look at liquid glass on iPadOS 26. As you see, here is the default wallpaper for my 11-inch M4 iPad Pro. If we take the home bar here and we slide up and over this section of the wallpaper, you can really see the effect that liquid glass has across the OS. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we're taking a look at the brand new cursor available on iPad in iPadOS 26. Now let's zoom in here. Take a look at this new cursor. No longer is it a circle. It is now an arrow, kind of like the location services icon in the status bar, which makes it feel less like you're dragging a finger around the screen and more like you're dragging an actual mouse cursor around. This is the new mouse cursor available on iPadOS 26. Let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments. I'll see you guys later. It is now easier than ever before to enroll your AirPods in the AirPods beta software program. Go into settings, make sure your AirPods are connected. Your AirPods should show up at the top of settings. Now it says beta software available. Turn on pre-release beta updates to test new AirPods features. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. You'll see a new section for AirPods beta updates. Click that and you can enable AirPods beta updates and enable or disable AirPods analytics data right in settings, instead of having to do it the old way, which was to enable developer mode, dig deep into the developer settings, and enable it that way. You can now enable AirPods beta software right within settings. Alright, so to celebrate 10 years of Apple Music, we now have a replay all-time playlist available to listen to. If we tap it, it shows your top 100 played songs since you began your journey on Apple Music. And yes, you guys can make fun of me in the comments. You can also swipe through all the artists featured on your top 100. This is the replay all-time brand new playlist in Apple Music. Brand new in the camera app for iOS 26, we have lens cleaning hints. So if we go back to camera settings and we scroll all the way to the bottom, lens cleaning hints display a suggestion when the camera lens should be cleaned to improve image quality. I fingerprinted the hell out of the camera just to see if I can get it to give me a hint to clean it, and I was not able to do so. But let's try to do it live and see maybe if I can get something. Nope, nothing. Doesn't seem to be working right now in 26 beta 3. But nonetheless, lens cleaning hints are here on iPhone with iOS 26. 3 new wallpapers have been added to iOS 26 in iOS 26 beta 3. So let's take a look at them. First up, we have Shadow. This is the dark version. Switch to the light version. Next up, we have Sky, which was the original default wallpaper. This is the dark version. This is the light version. Next up, we have Halo. This is the dark version. As you see, it's a purplish blue / pink wallpaper. This is the Halo light version. Next up, we have Dusk. This is the dark version, and this is the light version. Those are all 4 default wallpapers for iOS 26, both the dark and light versions. Let me know which one was your favorite and why, and I'll see you guys in the next one. With iOS 26 beta 3, the parallax effect is back. As you see, as we move the phone, the wallpaper moves around with it. Pretty cool feature. Can't believe it's back. The parallax effect also carries over to the icons on the home screen, as you see here. So yep, the parallax effect is back. With iOS 26, Image Playground has received a brand new icon. And I don't know about you guys, but I prefer this Image Playground icon over the old one. It just looks better, more Apple Intelligence-esque, if you will. As you can see, it has the little Image Playground bubble with the Apple Intelligence logo. So yeah, I prefer the new Image Playground icon. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'll see you guys later. Liquid glass has unfortunately been drastically neutered in iOS 26 beta 3. As you see, it is much less translucent and much less liquidy than before, making everything easier to read while taking away from the liquid glass effect that we had in beta 1 and beta 2. Really disappointing, but I think it's better for the majority of people that need to be able to read it easily for accessibility reasons. But I would like to see maybe a liquid glass slider in settings to maybe bring it back to the way it originally was, or you can put it anywhere in the middle, but a slider would be nice because I prefer the look in the beginning. Even though it was harder to read, it just looked really cool. Let me know what you guys think about this. Liquid glass has been neutered in iOS 26 beta 3. I'll see you guys later. So the iPad is supposed to be more computer-like than ever, right? So you would think hitting the space bar on a video would play and pause it, right? No, it doesn't. Maybe they got a play and pause key on here for a reason, right? Does it work? No, doesn't work for shit. I've had it. That's the truth. That's all I gotta say. Does it work? Nope. You gotta either use a mouse, hit the button, or you gotta fucking tap it. Why not buy the keyboard if I want to tap it? I don't know.